Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing fantastic. And that you're having a good day. Don't forget to subscribe to my other channel called Money Rules. There's a link in the description below. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. I was a little surprised at this news at first, and then nope, it actually made complete sense. I mean, like explicitly. Crypto exchange Gemini has announced their exit from the Canadian market, joining several other platforms that have left due to the country's strict regulatory environment. A number of years have passed since we started hearing that, and I dare say apparently, allegedly, that the Canadian regulators are actually far worse than American regulators, and no one knows exactly why. Some of the ideas that I tend to have when it comes to countries having more stringent regulations usually resides around the idea of like protecting the local currency. That makes a lot of sense. They want to uphold the currency that they've been able to manipulate and force people to use in their country. The other part usually just comes from, I guess, money, I want to say as well. There are multiple misconceptions within the cryptocurrency space. One, that rich people will save us, and that two, rich people are good for the economy. I keep having to mention that over and over, and I hope that I've broken through to someone. One of the really clever things that rich people have been able to do, I want to say in the last 100, if not more years, is the idea that they have all the money, they should have all the money, and because they have the money that they're somehow more intelligent than us, and which usually is not the case at all. Most rich people are stupid, like really. And then the other part is that people forget that the point of Bitcoin and crypto is to get away from the old system for the people who control and manipulate the markets. But most people don't care about that because they just want to make money from crypto, swap it back into the old system, and then they wonder why they're having a bad time. So when you talk about a lot of the regulatory environment thingies that have been going on, it's usually rules that are created by people in power, often people who are very rich, who don't want things to change. And if you saw the video the other day, we had a news story that everyone got wrong, and I know why they got it wrong. But it was from the former finance manager of China, like one of the head finance people, who basically told the country's leaders to kind of like clamp down more on crypto and on Bitcoin because it's going to take over the entire system. And he was noting that if you want things basically to remain the same, if you want to remain in power, if you want to remain strong, you will clamp down on blockchain and crypto because it's gaining pace at an accelerated rate. So a lot of the regulatory things that we see, as I've stated before in other videos, don't assume that regulators don't know what's going on. Don't think that Gary Gensler's just being a meanie. No, these people, they know what's going on. They have the metrics. They also talk to these major companies, and they're trying to like get control of the space, because if you get control of the space, like people keep trying to give them control of stuff, then they control it. Then there's no longer a worry of it overtaking or surpassing the US dollar. This is something that people keep forgetting. Canadian customers of the Winklevoss focused or founded exchange reported having received an email urging them to withdraw their funds by the 31st of December, giving them around 90 days to move their assets. Here's a tweet from someone. It says, well, Gemini is officially closing all customer accounts in Canada. And then they wrote #crypto, #crypto Canada. No one's searching for the term. Do people not know how hashtags work? #crypto Canada. There's no one on this planet searching for. And then they have the little notice right there. It says, hi there. Effective December 31st, Gemini will close all customer. Is that customer or there's no O there? Accounts in Canada with limited exceptions. As a result, we will be closing your Gemini account. We are reaching out to let you know that you will have 90 days to blah, 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 so-and-so, close. Awesome. According to a 30th September notice, all Canadian accounts will be closed by the given deadline with limited exceptions. Users have been asked to withdraw their crypto and fiat balances. The move comes as a surprise, kind of, not really. Every other crypto exchange has also left Canada. So understand that while the US may be the big bunny in the room that's holding the bag of money, rich people exist everywhere. And rich people realized a while ago that there was a way to make a lot of money through the cryptocurrency experience. So if you've noticed recently, as we've been talking about, there's been a lot of banks and institutions who are trying to make their own stablecoins. There's a lot of money to be made in stablecoins. Got it. The second part is that people keep forgetting, especially years ago, that a lot of stock exchanges around the world were trying to make their own cryptocurrency exchanges. Yeah, people keep forgetting about that. A lot of banks were also trying to make their own cryptocurrency exchanges. Banks work with governments to make money together. So what we're witnessing is probably like just a heavy shakedown of the Canadian government trying to make sure that certain platforms leave their borders, if not all of them, so that a bank, a company, an institution who's in cahoots with the government can then launch their own. It's always about money. It's never about regulations. It's never about protecting the consumers. It is always about money. Remember a couple of years ago when all these crypto exchanges kept on leaving the United States? Remember when Kraken left the US? They were like, we've done everything that we can. We're constantly in contact with regulators and nothing seems to be working. Remember when Binance was forced to leave the United States and then Binance had to create Binance US? And then Binance US was also shut down and people were told to take their money off because of regulators? And then all of a sudden, as all the ETFs were getting launched, you remember who all the ETFs said they were working with to custody their coins? Coinbase. Didn't anyone think it was weird that regulators greenlit something that they all had to work with the exact same crypto exchange? Wouldn't it make more sense for the lower counterparty risk to have them working with 5 crypto exchanges instead of just one? It's all connected. It's always the exact same thing over and over. Gemini's decision to exit Canada mirrors that of other major platforms such as Binance, OKX, DYDX, and Bybit, all of which have struggled to navigate the regulatory environment. Nope, that's also done on purpose as well. All of these crypto exchanges, for those of you who don't know, what they do is when they launch, typically they're backed by a lot of money. So they have money to throw around for regulatory purposes. They hire former regulators, former people who worked at the CFTC or the SEC of each individual country, and they have them actually on their board of directors, usually 2 and 2 from the CFTC and 2 from the SEC, and a bunch of other lawyers and stuff like that as well, so that they can easily navigate the regulatory environment. However, as we've seen in the US, and I assume it's also in Canada and every other country, if you missed it, all these exchanges have said, they have said, we have tried calling the SEC every day. We actually wrote them letters, we emailed them, and we had people go to their offices directly. And no one got back to us, so we assumed we were okay. And then the hammer comes down, and they go, well, you've been operating illegally here for a number of years, but we contacted you. That's what we heard from multiple different agencies and different exchanges. And of course, once again, it always has to do with money. I wish corruption wasn't a thing. I think I know we would live in a much better world. But as it stands, yeah, this was quite popular news simply because they're Gemini. Gemini, for those of you who don't know, is run by the Winklevoss twins. The Winklevoss twins being the most ring and toe kissy of the bunch, if you will, of all the other crypto exchanges. So when something bad happens to Gemini, it's always done on purpose. These people make sure to follow every rule in every book that doesn't even exist. They follow all the rules. So if Gemini has a problem, it's the regulators. It has nothing to do with Gemini. Because since 2012, 13, 14, the Gemini twins have made sure that they've walked down the street. They wait for the light to turn green. They follow all the rules. So, yeah, that's Gemini is closing in Canada. Corruption's a terrible thing. And yeah, let's move on. Also, in very confusing news, there's a lot of news around this and about this, and I don't think it's going to end until we get actual confirmation somewhere about something. So this is two-pronged. It's in two parts. I think you'll understand why. According to data provided by the XRP Ledger Validator Vet, a whopping 99%, it says a whopping 99% of the entire supply of the RLUSD stablecoin was generated in a single day. RLUSD is the Ripple US dollar. They're creating their own stablecoin. You'll get it. It seems that, okay, you'll understand. Apparently 99% of it was generated in an entire day. But the numbers also don't make sense, so the news also doesn't make any sense either. A total of 800,000 RLUSD tokens were minted in the last 24 hours. It's weird because 800,000 can't be and wouldn't be the entire supply of the stablecoin that they're trying to launch. Many other stablecoins have supplies in the hundreds of millions, if not billions. I think Tether has like billions of Tether that has actually been issued. The data from the Twitter account that tracks the RLUSD transfers shows that the latest mint of roughly 100,000 took place about 8 months ago. Okay, sure, why not? The uptick in the minting process likely indicates that the project is closer to launch. We'll also get to that as well. Ripple's stablecoin was originally announced back in April. That's the end of the sentence? Okay, wow. The company started beta testing the new product in August. The stablecoin would be initially available only to the company's enterprise partners. No, that's who it's only going to be available for. There's so much news about this, and there's so much hype about this, and there's so much discussion. It's so weird, guys. It's so weird. It's only going to be available for institutions because that's the way that every stable coin is. You mint the coin, and then you have Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Binance, and any other company. They come to you and they buy the coin from you, or they rent it or loan it. I don't know how exactly it ends up working. The point is that it's only for institutions. That's why it's on their it's always given to them or minted for them first. Since this thing was announced, people have completely lost it. People think, or the expectation is, that the Ripple US dollar stablecoin is going to bring the world into a new utopia. I'm not joking. People think that this coin, the stable coin, is going to rise XRP's price. And I know someone just said, how is that going to happen? The idea is that the stable coin, if used as much as other stable coins that we've seen before, is it runs on the XRP blockchain, would burn a lot of XRP, because I think the transaction fee is going to be in XRP. Every time that XRP is used as well, XRP is burned. This is a natural thing that occurs on the blockchain and has been a natural thing since 2015, 2016. People forget that XRP is basically the originator of the coin burn on the actual blockchain. The idea is that a lot of people were scouting and trying to figure out why is, 800,000 made, 100,000. That will not be the max supply of this coin. If it is, it's not going to succeed. I don't know how to say that in any... Nope, I said it. Because you need a lot of coins for these crypto exchanges to actually have, to want to use this coin to have enough liquidity for it. Having 900,000 is not going to cut it. The secondary part of this news, which was also incredibly popular, Ripple has issued a new public service announcement notifying the general public that its stablecoin, the Ripple USD RLUSD, is still in private beta. At the time of me making this video, this coin is not available. And it's actually, and I'll be honest, it's weird that we don't hear more about this. You can mint coins on the XRP blockchain, similar to Cardano and Ethereum and even Bitcoin. You can make new coins on it, but we never get news that it's happening. Or even, are there other coins on the XRP? Like, I'm asking, because I know someone out there is an XRP legend or expert in some sort of way. You know how like we always hear like there's new coins being minted on Ethereum. This coin is a side chain to Ethereum. This coin is a layer, like all those kinds of things. We never, as popular as XRP is, I would have assumed the amount of meme coins on that chain would have been astronomical. Where the Brad Garlinghouse meme coins? Wait, like I'm honestly asking, because if you want to know how other coins rise in value, it's because people keep minting coins on them and using the network. The XRP people community group, they're so focused on this coin just becoming the new Swift or becoming the new payment method of the world. They're like missing like a key component of what makes these things popular. If over the course of this year, 5,000 coins had been, I'm not advocating for it, but it's weird. If 5,000 coins had been minted on the XRP blockchain, this coin would be like at $18 right now because it would have a whole bunch of usage. 5 of those meme coins would have pumped up in price. More XRP gets burned in the background. More people would know about it. More people building on top of it. NFTs on top of it. You know, that whole thing, but the conversation is always just overtaking Swift and doing so and so. Are we being used by a central bank? And it's like, okay, the reason why I mention all of that is because A, Ripple said that the coin is still in private beta. Why would they be saying that? Ripple noted that although network participants have seen some interesting on-chain activity related to RLUSD, the stablecoin is not yet available for public use. The company warned users to be wary of scammers, emphasizing that any claims of RLUSD distribution are likely scams. Remember, we had that news. This was around May or June. If you missed it, apparently someone else had minted like a fake stable coin on the chain and people like I think several thousand people were trying to like buy it or use it. Why you're trying to buy a stable coin, I don't know. But a lot of people were like, it's here, it's here, it's here. So Ripple had to like announce, nope, that's not us. That's just someone else mimicking the coin on chain. Isn't it weird? Like if you know or don't know, the XRP community is like the loudest next to Bitcoin maximalists, which are always in first place. People who care about Ethereum, they tend to be more passive. No one's like screaming at the top of their lungs in the street over Ethereum. But third place is the people from Cardano. People who love Cardano really love Cardano. I wonder why the public doesn't do more with the XRP blockchain. I've wondered that for a while. So many other coins get prominent exposure, but even when you look on Twitter, everyone who posts about XRP, it's kind of always the same thing. XRP is going to $17. XRP is going to $24. XRP is going to $589. We're going to take over Swift. There's a huge announcement. There's a swell conference coming up. This is going to happen to XRP. We're going to have a stable coin. We're being used by central banks. That's all great. But wouldn't it make more sense if you were creating tons of coins on the project and like doing more things and like minting? Can you even make NFTs on the XRP blockchain? I'm asking, like, in all honesty. We never, the news around XRP is always the same, and it has been since 2017. It's been 7 years. It hasn't changed. It's the same narrative over and over and over. Why is no one, I mean, any of you, why aren't you and your friends making coins on this thing? Why, you know, I really do wonder. So the news basically is someone found out that a bunch of it got minted. Apparently that mint is for them. I don't know, question mark. And a lot of people, or at least one person thus far, has created like a fake stable coin on the actual network. And then we were told by the company, nope, it's not real. So I guess side note, if you are interested in this project, just check their Twitter or like look for like an official statement. Like every time that something happens with this coin officially, Ripple releases a press note. So anyway, yeah, it's a very, very weird project. There's such a leaning on of what other people are going to do for the project, what Ripple's going to do, what the stablecoin's going to do, what the central banks are going to do, how it's going to replace Swift. It's never like the community itself. The community, as far as I can tell, seems to be quite gigantic. Why aren't any of you doing these things on the project yourself, and or like advocating to have extra things added to the platform? So you know how like other chains at some point they're like, hey, we should have that. Like keep adding things onto it. Stop being so focused on a stable coin. The stable coin is not going to make this coin $1,000. You know what will? Tens of thousands of people using it to like play video games and to make NFTs and to make other things. There was just another article. I don't have it here. It's not relevant. One of the major auction houses, I want to say Christie's, just announced that they're going to be auctioning their first Bitcoin NFT ever. So like they always, for those of you who don't know, Christie's and Sotheby's are always auctioning off NFTs from Ethereum. It's always always. They sell for $100K, $185, $500,000, $1.1 million. It's like a big thing. It garners so much more exposure for the chain and for the coin, because other people then go, wait, that sold for $1 million. Let me see if I can find another project. Let me go buy something. Let me buy some of the coin. Oh, the ecosystem will go up over time. Why not create NFTs on the XRP ledger at some point, one of the projects will take off. And then you'll hear in the future, in the news, the company Ripple, who is behind the sponsors the coin XRP, we're auctioning the first NFT from the XRP ledger. It sold for $1.8 million. You know how many people would jump onto the blockchain and get into it and start buying XRP themselves? It's so odd. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I truly don't get it. It's been this way for years. And when people, last point, and when people like in the XRP space, like ask for something, they just want to be listed on Robinhood or they want to be listed on Gemini. It's like, no, do something else for your project. Like, you are the community. This is meant to be like when you have the discussions around like what's a security and if it's being controlled by a company, it's because you're all relying heavily on the company. There's a reason why Bitcoin continues to thrive. It's because there is no company behind it. Like, everyone in the community like joins in their own way. Same exact thing with Ethereum. We may have Vitalik, but we constantly hear about hundreds of developers over the course of a year. I want to do this project. I want to do this. I just did so-and-so. The guy who created NFTs or ordinals on top of Bitcoin, he didn't ask anyone for permission. He wasn't waiting for Satoshi Nakamoto to repost on Twitter. Like, do it yourself. You're all so concerned with the coin and have been for years, but you don't do anything to help out the project. All you do is price predictions and speculation and looking at charts. And this guy, it's so crazy. A couple weeks ago, when the guy from the Fed was on stage, there was an article about like, I'm not joking. I'm not like, and I have no idea how to tell you to find this. It was something along the lines of, he said certain words in a certain order and people thought that he was referencing X and then R and then P. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You build out the stuff. You build on top of the chain. Make a business. Like, really, like, think about it. If 7 years ago someone had created a business that was, you know how we keep, what's it called? The other company that's not MicroStrategy, the one in Asia, I can't remember their name, the one in Japan. They're in the news constantly because they're buying a huge amount of Bitcoin all the time. Imagine if there must be, out of the 10 million people who love XRP, imagine if 5 people had created a business that was for crypto, for mining crypto businesses, crypto lending. And then every couple of months they announced, we're buying $10 million worth of XRP every month. But everyone's been so focused on the weird stuff as opposed to actually building out this space themselves. Why isn't there a company that was built by someone? MicroStrategy came out of nowhere. Yeah, we're going to start buying a lot of Bitcoin. Where's the company that's saying, hey, we're buying, we now have 2.4 billion XRP. It's so weird. Everyone keeps waiting for someone else. But I think that's also a light tale of how people deal with life. Everyone keeps waiting for someone or something else to do something for them as opposed to doing it themselves. Isn't it odd? It's so insane. And even last point. The company Ripple also gives money to companies who want to do stuff like that. Have you forgotten? Every major, so I think Blockstream has one, Ethereum also, the Ethereum Foundation I think also does like funding. The Ripple literally has a fund where they fund and give money to developers who want to create things on the XRP blockchain. I'm sure you all forgot about that because everyone just is concerned with price. Where's the stablecoin going to take it? How much burn is happening? What's going to happen with this? Well, okay, when the central banks do this, yeah, the coin's going to go up to 1 million. XRP's price in the last 7 years, irrespective of the actual lawsuit, this coin could be at 5 or 6, I'm not joking, $5 or $6 right now. Imagine 7 years of building. Imagine if there were thousands of NFT projects on top of the XRP blockchain. Imagine if there were a good dozen popular NFT projects. Imagine if there were multiple companies that had been created by people in crypto instead of just waiting, who were like, we're allocating money into the, we're buying tons of XRP every single month. We're working directly with Ripple because you'd be able to get in contact with them. We're working directly with Ripple to make sure that every single month we give 5 developers $10,000, $15,000 to build new things on top of the project. That's how you move forward. I find it so weird, guys. I find it so incredibly weird. Every other project is so like attuned, like, let's get this done. Let's do this. Everyone into Ripple and XRP is just like, okay, when they do it, it's going to be great for us. When they announce this, it's going to happen. When the next swell event happens, it's going to be amazing because they're going to announce something and that's going to, boom, that's going to increase the price. And we'll probably have the same exact conversation in another 7 years. XRP is $11, $12, $13, and it could be over 100. Yeah. I think this all the time. I think it's the first time that I've ever said it because I keep waiting for someone to do something. What are you waiting for? Do it right now. Honestly, do it. You all have something in you where you can create a multi-million-dollar business that has multiple operations around the world. That's literally working with Ripple. Do it. Create the future for yourself. Become rich. Stop waiting for other people. Stop waiting for the market to move and do it yourself. That's going to do it for this video. I'm 1,000% honest in everything that I said. It's so odd. But this also tracks for a number of other chains as well. But Ripple by far is the worst. The community's so passive. They're so proud and they're so, the word's not dynamic, like fiercely loyal to this project. And then but they do nothing with it. I don't get it. Do something. This could be literally the coin that everyone has to pay attention to. You wonder why Solana's constantly getting all the attention, why Cardano's always in the news. How much more of building up do we hear about from Shiba Inu? Well, hopefully that got somebody going. I look forward to seeing your multi-million-dollar business in the next 7 years that focuses on Ripple and XRP. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.